Welcome to another Creed exclusive interview. Today I'm here with Raymond Wang, a grade 12 student at St. George's School. Raymond has gained widespread fame for his accomplishments in many science fairs and competitions around Canada and United States. Along with being an inventor, Raymond is also an inspirational speaker for youth in Vancouver and Canada, having had his own TED Talk and the chance to speak at We Day recently. So Raymond, I know that most of the Saints community is aware of your current successes and accomplishments, but I think everyone would like to know a bit about your past and the path you took to where you are today. What inspired you to become an inventor?
Sure. I always loved playing with Lego when I was little, and for me, the path to becoming an inventor really started around when I was 12, and this was back in grade 7 with my first ever science fair project. I'm not sure if you remember, but essentially, I created this device that takes the impact energy of rain on people's roofs and turns it into electricity to power the home. And it was really at that moment that I realized that you don't really have to wait until a PhD or even like until you have a university degree to start innovating and to start trying to do things to change the world. And so really with that realization that I could do something with my own two hands to potentially make a difference in someone else's life, that was really what motivated me and what still continues to keep me going today.
Yeah, so I think would that be like what you enjoy most about doing what you do, is just being able to help other people?
Yeah, and I mean, for me, it's a very fun experience as well, like learning about all these different things. So I did a variety of projects from renewable energy to biomechanics, environmental management, and recently with kind of aircraft cabin airflow. And I think with each of those, I get to learn a different aspect of science. So from a research standpoint, learning about electricity, learning about mechanics, and applying that knowledge into solving real world problems, I think it's just a really fun experience.
Yeah, so I think that you have so many interests in so many areas. Like, would you say that throughout the past few years you've had one really defining moment or invention that you really enjoyed?
Well, I think with each year, I try to challenge myself more and more. So recently, with this most recent project with aircraft cabin airflow, it was really the culmination of all the different all the different knowledge that I gained over the past few years. So basically what I did was using computational simulations and physical simulations, I created these improvements to cabin airflow. But to do that, I had to use computer modeling skills that I developed from early on, such as with robotics and actually robotics here at the school. Applying physics, applying calculus, partial differential equations to solve all these problems. And so I think in a way it was the most complex project, but also I see it as the project that has the widest and most furthest reaching impact.
Mm. Yeah, and along with inventing, I've noticed that you've done a lot of speaking at events, and you've had your own TED Talks, and you've spoken at We Day. And I'd just like to know a bit about, how was that experience, like being able to talk to so many people?
Yeah, it was quite fun actually. I think with all these different venues, whether it's a TED Talk or at We Day, in which you have like an arena, they're all sort of different experiences, and it's fun to see what it's like to speak at these events, but also to meet all these other amazing people, all these other inspirational people that are not only also speaking, but also a lot of the attendees. And really just being able to connect with other people who equally care about the world and who are equally eager to make a difference.
And lastly, would you like to say anything to anyone listening who is aspiring to be an inventor, or anyone who wants to follow in your footsteps?
Sure. I don't know if you want to follow in my footsteps, but I think for me, one of the things that really kept me going is this idea that if I have an idea, I commit to it. And it's really for me, it's really the idea of seeing a problem, committing to it, and then figuring things out along the way. If you kind of look ahead to the roadblocks beforehand, it can be quite discouraging. But really, whether it's high level physics, high level mathematics, anything of the sort, and any obstacle that you come across, it's really with the technology that we have these days, online journals, online resources, online tutorials. It's really, knowledge is really more accessible to us, and with that we can really overcome any roadblock that stands in our way, and ultimately when we have an idea and we persist through that, we can always take it to implementation and to ultimately make a difference in the world.
That's all the time we have on the Creed for this interview. I'd like to thank you so much, Raymond, and we hope to see you in the future doing more of your inventions and more of your talking. Thank you.
Thanks so much.